You probably think the classic American beach town is a thing of the past. The boardwalk arcades, the neon motels, the wooden piers, the saltwater taffy, all paved over or replaced by high-rise condos. But drive the coast of South Carolina, and you will find a whole string of beach towns where the good old days never actually ended. There is a beach here where an entire American dance was born, an island so unchanged the locals proudly call it arrogantly shabby, and rope hammocks still hand-woven the same way they were back in 1889. This is the beach, the way it used to be. So today we are counting down 10 of the most nostalgic old-school beach towns in South Carolina, from a quiet family island near Charleston all the way to the greatest classic boardwalk in the whole South, at number 1. Number 10, Isle of Palms, just minutes from Charleston. We start with the gentlest kind of nostalgia, the classic family beach where generations of the same families come back summer after summer. Isle of Palms is a wide, easy stretch of sand a few minutes from Mount Pleasant, and its heart is Front Beach. A low-key row of shops, ice cream stands, and casual restaurants right by the water. There are no pretensions here, just umbrellas, sandcastles, and kids learning to ride their first waves. Grab a cone, rent a chair, and catch a live band on the deck of the old Windjammer, the same beach bar locals have loved for decades. Spend a slow afternoon building sandcastles with the little ones, the smell of sunscreen and fried shrimp in the air, and it could be any summer of the last 50 years. That is the gentle start. The next one has a pier where you fish all day and dance all night. Number 9, Garden City Beach down on the Grand Strand. Tucked just south of the crowd sits a small, unfussy beach town built around one wonderfully old-school idea, the pier. Garden City sits right where the inlet meets the ocean, which makes it a paradise for crabbing, fishing, and water sports. But the true heart of the place is the Garden City Pier. This is a classic wooden pier the way they used to build them, where you can drop a line into the surf all afternoon, then stick around as the sun goes down and a live band strikes up. Right there over the water. Rent a rod, catch your dinner off the boards, then dance to beach music with the waves crashing beneath your feet. It is simple, it is timeless, and it is exactly the kind of place the big resorts forgot to build. That is a Grand Strand classic. The next one hides a lighthouse and a movie set in the wild Lowcountry. Before we get to number 8, if you would rather find the beach the way it used to be than another wall of high-rise condos, hit subscribe. This channel is your map to the coast that time forgot. Number 8, Hunting Island near historic Beaufort. Down in the Lowcountry where Spanish moss hangs from every oak lies a wild barrier island so untouched that Hollywood keeps coming back to film here. This is Hunting Island, the most visited state park in South Carolina, with 5 miles of undeveloped beach, thousands of acres of maritime forest, and the only lighthouse in the entire state you can actually climb. Wind your way up that black and white tower from 1875, and the whole wild coast opens up beneath you. Down on the shore, ghostly Boneyard Beach is scattered with the bleached skeletons of fallen trees. This stretch of coast even stood in for the jungles of Vietnam in the movie Forrest Gump. Explore the trails, climb the lighthouse, then drive into nearby Beaufort, an antebellum town of moss-draped streets straight out of another century. That is the wild side. The next one is the seafood capital of the state, a real old fishing village. Number 7, Murrells Inlet on the Grand Strand. Long before the high-rises went up down the coast, this was a working fishing village, and it still is. Murrells Inlet was once, according to legend, a hideout for the pirate Blackbeard himself, and today it wears the crown as the seafood capital of South Carolina. The soul of the town is the Marsh Walk, a wooden boardwalk that winds through the salt marsh, lined with seafood shacks where the catch comes straight off the boats. Some of these spots, like the old Hot Fish Club, trace their roots back to a social club the local planters founded in the 1700s. Stroll the Marsh Walk at golden hour, a basket of fried shrimp in hand, shrimp boats gliding home across the marsh and the sky going pink behind them. This is the Lowcountry the way it always was. That is the working coast. The next one is a Lowcountry island where time genuinely stands still. Number 6, Edisto Beach, deep in the Lowcountry. Some beach towns fight to stay the same. Edisto never had to. This is a barrier island with no high-rise hotels, no chain restaurants, and no big box stores, just miles of quiet sand and weathered beach houses. To even get here, you drive 14 miles down a scenic byway beneath a tunnel of ancient live oaks dripping with Spanish moss. And locals swear that somewhere along that drive, time itself slows down. They even have a name for it, the Edisto effect. Spend your days hunting for shells and shark teeth on some of the richest beaches on the East Coast, ride a bike beneath the oaks, and rock on a porch as the sun sets over the marsh. There is nothing to do here, and that is entirely the point. The beach, the way it used to be. The next one is where South Carolina's very own dance was born. Number 5. North Myrtle Beach, and specifically its Ocean Drive section on the Grand Strand. This quiet stretch of coast holds a remarkable claim to fame because right here, back in the 1940s, an entire American dance was born. This is the birthplace of the Carolina Shag, the official state dance of South Carolina. A smooth, swinging step set to the beach music that still drifts out of the old wooden dance halls along Main Street. The most famous of them is Fat Harold's, a legendary beach club where dancers have been gliding across the floor for generations and where they still offer free lessons every week. Down the street, Hoskins Restaurant has been serving the same Southern classics since 1948. Slip into one of those dance halls on a warm night, let the beach music play, and watch couples move exactly the way their grandparents did. That is the soundtrack of the coast. The next one is a quiet island guarding a Revolutionary War fort. Number 4. Sullivan's Island, just outside Charleston. While the beaches on either side grew and developed, this small island quietly refused to change. Sullivan's is barely 3 square miles, and the locals have fought hard to keep it that way, even banning short-term rentals to protect the peace. There are no big resorts here, no crowds, just grand old cottages, a lighthouse, and one of the oldest forts in the entire country. Fort Moultrie has guarded this harbor since the 1700s, back in the days of the Revolution, and a young soldier named Edgar Allan Poe was once stationed here, gathering the inspiration he would later spin into his stories. Today, you can tour the fort, then toast the writer at the beloved Poe's Tavern just up the street. Walk the hushed, hotel-free beach past those ancient walls with the past pressing in close around you. The beach, the way it used to be. The next one wears its faded charm like a badge of honor. Number 3. Pawleys Island, back on the Grand Strand. This skinny little island is one of the oldest summer resorts on the entire East Coast, a place wealthy rice planters escaped to before the Civil War, and a dozen of their weathered cottages, some dating to the 1700s, still stand along the sand today. Pawleys is so proudly, defiantly unchanged that the locals do not just accept its rustic, faded charm, they brag about it, calling the island arrogantly shabby. There are no crowds to fight, no glitzy attractions, just a wide, quiet beach, tidal creeks for crabbing, and its single greatest tradition. This is the home of the rope hammock, still hand-woven at the original hammock shop the same way it has been since 1889. Kick off your shoes, climb into one of those hammocks strung between 2 live oaks, and let the whole modern world drift away. That is arrogantly shabby. The next one is a funky surf town they call the Edge of America. Number 2, Folly Beach, just 20 minutes from downtown Charleston. If the Lowcountry has a barefoot beating heart, this is it. Folly is a funky, come-as-you-are surf town that has been called one of America's last true beach towns, and it has fiercely held on to its laid-back, slightly ramshackle soul. There are no chain resorts here, just locally owned shops and diners along Center Street, salt-worn cottages under the palms, and the best surf in all of South Carolina. Out at the far eastern tip, the striped Morris Island Lighthouse, built back in the 1870s, stands alone in the crashing surf, one of the most photographed sights in the state. Grab a taco and a board, wander Center Street as the neon flickers on, and feel the whole place quietly invite you to slow all the way down. The beach, the way it used to be. Number 1. Myrtle Beach, the beating heart of the Grand Strand. For the old-school American beach at its purest, nothing tops this boardwalk. Yes, Myrtle Beach is famous and busy, but walk its oceanfront boardwalk and you step straight into a living time capsule. The Gay Dolphin Gift Cove, the largest gift shop in the country, has been selling seashells and souvenirs on this very spot since 1946. Peach's Corner has served up foot-long hot dogs since 1937. The Fun Plaza Arcade first opened its doors in 1938, and the Bowery has been pumping out live music since 1944, launching the band Alabama along the way. Today, the giant skywheel towers over all of it. Walk the boards on a summer night, a funnel cake in one hand, the arcade games clacking and the neon glowing over the sand, and you feel generations of family summers wrapped up in a single salty breeze. Here, the good old days never ended. They just kept right on going. So, here is the truth about the South Carolina coast. The classic American beach town is not gone at all. It is right here, from the boardwalk arcades of Myrtle Beach, to the hand-woven hammocks of Pawleys, to the moss-draped quiet of Edisto, waiting for anyone who still wants that old, simple kind of summer. Everyone else is chasing the newest, glassiest resort, while these towns just keep being exactly what they have always been. The beach, the way it used to be. So the next time you want a vacation that feels like a memory, point the car toward one of these and go find the coast that time forgot. If you would rather travel like this than follow the crowd, give this video a like and subscribe, and I will keep finding these places for you.